Heya! Figured I'd do a quick little tutorial on how to craft up a TNO Superevent. Or really just a super event with TNO aesthetic. I will include a link to all of the websites I use in the description, and I hope this helps you if you need it. So, the first thing you'll want to do is click on the first link, which should take you to a Google Drive. From here, you'll need four things. The TNO template, and these three font faces. So you'll want to download these and such, and once that's done, you'll want to move on to a photo editor of your choice. I use Photopea because I'm broke, but if you use Adobe or anything like that, it should work relatively the same. For Photopea specifically, you want to go to Open from Computer, select the Super Event template, and it should open something that looks roughly like this. Now, from here, the first thing you want to do, if you haven't done this before, is go to Type Tool, select Font, and then checkmark Local Fonts. This will allow the website to use the fonts you've downloaded, which means you get the nice looking TNO fonts. What you'll do is click on a folder, and then keep clicking until you open a text box here. Click on text box, make sure you have the type tool selected, go to wherever this is located, for example, state up top here, and put in whatever you so desire, whatever your nation is, for example. You would do the same with stuff like leader, for example, and so forth. There are factions here, and how these work is you can open up the menu and then simply click one of the icons here to allow it to be visible, and it'll pop up an icon. If you're not doing specifically TNO, these might not work, but you can always place your own custom icon there, which we'll cover in a second. Now, an additional thing to remember is ideologies. These work the same as those faction icons. There'll be a list of them, of course. So, for example, we'll make Big Bird an African socialist. There you go. Now, the first image we'll be placing is the flag. For these, select a layer that's relatively low, go to File, Open and Place, select your image. Our mighty flag shall be this newspaper template. Shrink it to fit in the box relatively. Of course, it's better if your image is already kind of a rectangle, of course. Then, right-click on the image in the layer box here, and click Clipping Mask. This will make it look nice and fancy, and that's done. Now, as I said, keep filling in this text and stuff, and when you get to no set national focus, these work the same as the flag, for example, but on the Google Drive there is a list of all the national focus images from TNO, so you could look here, see if any of them fit what you're going for, download them, and then you'll just want to go to Open and Place again, plop it down, maybe give it a little resize if you wish, put it as even as you can, and then uncheck No Set National Focus, and there you go. Of course, you'll want to add text here of whatever that focus might be called. Now, you can also, for leader, you can do the same as you did for flag and whatnot. I would recommend making the background for the leader image transparent. That way it has the TNO vibe. Now, as I said, you'll do the same image-wise for the super event and the newspaper image. You'll add your own text and whatnot. For newspaper, there are also different headings here, which could be useful for you. You know, if you have a Superevent set in Brazil, you'll want the Brazil header, for example. Just for quick little reference, you'll want the newspaper image below white and black, and the same for the Superevent image. Make sure to turn on clipping mask for both, and they should look good. Once you have all of this filled out, which I don't intend to do, but, you know, you do you, you can go to diagram here. Now, this is the political wheel. This does have samples, so for example, you can add, you know, some of these presets, which could save you some time. However, if you want to get more specific, my preferred method of doing this is as follows. You'll want to go to the third link in the description, which will take you to this pie chart. From here, you can edit ideologies to a 100% sum. So, Big Bird, as we all know, is about 50% communist and 50% ultra-nationalist. Now, these have different shades and stuff, and you can balance them out, but once you go back to the pie chart, it'll have something along this line. Then, just screen snip it. Go back to Photopea. Once you've got your screen snip, what you want to do is go back to Photopea, select about this section, go to Open in Place, find your pie chart, move it over here, shrink it down so it roughly lines up. Again, more accurate the better it looks, but it doesn't have to be perfection. Once you have it decently lined up, right-click, clipping mask. If you mess up, as I do, you can adjust it. Made it a bit too small, but it gets the vibe nonetheless. You can, of course, go back by clicking this, and then retry, if you wish to make it a little bit more exact, for example. Now, once you've filled all of this out, you have your amazing, beautiful concept. What you want to do is go to File, Export As, select whatever you would wish. I'd recommend PNG or JPEG. Save. The image will save. And from here, we go to the next step. That is the video editing software. I use DaVinci Resolve, but really any of them will work. Again, I do recommend DaVinci Resolve, though. It is rather ideal. Once you're in, what you'll want to do is make a new project, call it whatever name suits your fancy, and create. From here, you can do Control-I as a shortcut to open up the media pool. Here, you import your media, so your image, and then your beautifully chosen music of whatever variety. Then you want to go to Edit. You can slap this here, slap the image here, stretch it to fit the length of your song, shorten your song to make it not just the full song. Once you have it at a good, zone, you can add some sound effects, maybe some filters here, for example. If you're doing an old-timey thing, my favorite thing to do is add some film damage and then tone it down to look a bit nicer. Once it's at a quality you deem acceptable, go to File, Quick Export, export to one of these. I usually just use this one. It'll render. And then once your video is done, the fourth link. This is a video compressor. It does have a limit to what you can use per day, but it should be good enough for most of your uses. So if you intend to upload this to Discord, for example, you can put it here, compress it, and make it a bit easier to send. Now that all that's done, you will have an excellent, beautiful Superevent of the highest caliber. Maybe. Possibly. You'll have a Superevent anyway, and that's all that really matters.